Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically now today we are going to see another function in pandas, and that function is basically called the melt function. Let me just quickly write the spelling so that it is more clearer to you. So I would just put the hash sign here, and here I would just write melt. MELT. Okay, this is the function that we are going to see today in pandas melt. Right. So previously we had seen the dot expanding and the dot rolling functions, right? We had seen that basically what is the use of actually dot rolling and dot expanding function in pandas, right? We had seen that basically they are used with some statistical method, right? Now today is the turn that we are going to see that what actually is this melt function, right? So let me just quickly put a text here so that I can just like put some definition or some use of this melt function, right? I would just like write here for that. Fine. Okay. So basically it is a function. So I would just write it is a function. It is a function used to convert data wide data frames wide data frames to narrow ones. Okay, actually melt is a function that is basically used to convert wide data frames to narrow ones. Now, basically what we just meant from the term that is wide data frames. So it actually means, let's say you are having, and wide actually is called, let's say we have length and breadth, right? So whenever we just talk about the wide function, so that means the breadth. Let's say we are having 4-5 columns, so that one will be treated as a wide data frame. Okay, so now we just convert that wide data frame into a narrow one. Okay, this is the whole idea in this melt function, that what actually it does. Fine. Here what I will be doing is that firstly I will be making a data frame. Okay. So df is equal to pd dot, and here I will be writing as data frame. Okay. This is the function that I would be using here. df is equal to, now pd is the short form which I will be giving to my library. So I just need to import that also. I just like write here import pandas as pd, right? So pandas is one of the library that will be importing, because we are going to see the function of the pandas library only, right? So I would just run this program for a while, right? Now here basically what I am doing in the second line, that I have just taken a variable. Okay, let's say that variable is df. For you, you can just take any variable, that depends on your choice. Okay, here I have taken df. Now df is equal to pd dot data frame. Now PD is a short form that we have given to the pandas library, right? So df is equal to PD. Now dot data frame. Now dot data frame. This data frame is a function that is used to create your own data frame, right? So basically now I am going to create my own data frame. So for that I will just put this round bracket and then the curly brackets, right? So the first thing that I am going to do here is that I am going to give the name for the column. Okay, so for the A column, and then I would just again put the column. Again I would just make this like curly bracket, right? So actually what I am doing here is that I am declaring the dictionaries. Okay, dictionary inside a dictionary. Fine. So you all know that basically whenever you just write something inside the curly bracket, so that is treated as a dictionary. Fine, we remember about the data types, correct? So this is done. Now here inside that, let's say I just like basically, let's say I just took 0 is to and A, okay, comma 1 is to B, okay, comma 2 is to C. Fine, let's see, these are the things which I have just put here. I would put a comma and come down to the next line. Fine, here I would take capital B, my another name for the column. Okay, I would put the colon here, then I would put the curly brackets. Fine. Then here basically I'm just going to give some values to my, let's say my 0th index will be having the value as 1. Okay, my first index, let's say, would be having the value as 3. Okay, and let's say my second index will be having the value as 5, right? That is done. So again I would just put a comma and just come down, right? Now again I have one of my columns, and that one is the C. This is my third column which I am defining, right? I will put the colon. Again I will put the curly brackets. Again I am going to define some value. Let's say my 0th index will be having the value as 2. Fine. My first index, let's say, will be having the value as 4. And let's say my second index will be having the value as 6. Right? This is done. So this is basically how we can just define a data frame for ourselves, right? I would just run this here, and I would just print that df. I want to check that basically how my data frame actually look like, right? So here is my data frame. So A, B and C are the three columns. And in these columns, basically whatever the like numbers we have given, they are coming here into the form of rows, right? Now basically have a look that B and C, that what about B and C, right? So just let's do one thing. First apply the melt function here that we are going to see, right? Now how to apply that function? So that function is directly applied using the pandas library. Okay, for that you basically like you need not to apply it using the variable in which you have stored your data. You simply need to apply that function using the pandas library. Fine, so here I am just writing pd dot. Okay, now pd is the short form for my pandas library that I have made, and pd dot melt. So here I just use my melt function. Now inside this melt function, firstly I need to give my variable name in which I am storing my data. Fine, so in my case that is df. Fine, df comma. Now basically in this melt function we have a parameter, and that parameter is id underscore vars. Okay, id underscore vars, id underscore vars. Okay, this is one of the like column, one of the parameters that we have in this melt function. Okay, now basically inside this, let's say I'm passing my column a, right? So I would again put one comma here. Now another parameter which I have here, value underscore vars. Okay, first one id underscore vars. Okay, and second one is value underscore vars. So I would again okay, not here at the last, so just let me quickly go here, right? So here inside it I would just write capital B. Fine, and now I would just run my program here. Now basically see that like previously it was a column, that is right. Now this one has changed to the variable, and here everywhere only B has come, and this value, this C1 has been changed to value, and it is 135, right? So this is basically, this is a changement in the data frame, right? Let's see one two more things in this, and then you'll be having a more clear idea. So pd dot melt. Okay, again I would be using inside the bracket, I would be using df comma id underscore vars. Okay, id underscore vars, and in the bracket I would be writing, okay, let me put equal to sign here. Okay, and here I would be writing a. Fine, what next? I would put a comma, and here I would write value underscore vars. Okay, and now here I will be putting my both of the columns. Okay, B column and even the C column, right? And now I would just run my program here. Okay, now just have a look that basically in the variable, in the third one, okay, in the second column, that is variable, I got B and C both. Previously I would only getting B, because here I simply wrote value underscore vars is equal to B, right? So in that case, it was in the variable, it was showing me B, and here in the value one, it was showing me the value for the B column, right? Now here in this one example, when I just use the B and C both, so actually what it is doing, it is showing me B also, and even it is showing me C also. And here in front of B and C, it is basically giving me the values for the B and C, right? This is basically how you can just apply this melt function. Let's see one more example here. Last example for this melt function, okay? pd dot melt, okay? pd dot melt. Again, I would just put the bracket. Here I would pass a variable in which I have stored my data. So that is df, comma, id underscore vars. Okay, id underscore vars is the parameter that we have. So I would just write id underscore vars is equal to, and here I will be passing my first column, that is A. Okay, I would put a comma. Then my second parameter comes here, value underscore vars, right? So I would just put a equal to sign, and let's say right now I'm just only passing B here. Okay, leave that for C. I'm just simply passing B. I would again put a comma. So here I would just write var underscore name. Var underscore name is the third parameter that we have in this melt function. So var underscore name is equal to, now what I am just going to do is that I am going to give a particular name to my column. Okay, let's see here above one, that here basically what I am getting, here when I am just using variable, okay, I am getting variable and value. So instead of this variable and value, if I would just want to give some particular column name to these, so what I will be doing? So var underscore name, and inside this, let's say I just gave the variable name as my var name. Okay, this is the name which I have just given for my var underscore name. And next what I would be doing, I would be giving the same thing once more time. So that is now value underscore name. first one was a var underscore name. I'll just come down. Fine. That is value underscore name is equal to, and now I would just put these brackets, and now here I will just write my value name, right? And now I would just run my program here. So now here you can just see that the previous columns which are coming were in the variable and were the value. Now their name have been changed to my var name and my value name, right? So if you just want to change the name for that column, so basically you can just do that thing also. Fine. This is basically how we just use this melt function in the pandas melt function for the pandas library, and this is basically how we just apply the function here, right? So let me just quickly go above and review it for a while. I had just made my data frame, right? After that I just applied my melt function, and in the bracket I just passed my variable in which I have stored the data, and secondly I passed id underscore vars which is equal to a. Fine. Now value underscore vars is equal to b. That is okay. Simply I just in the next example also I just passed b and c both. Okay. Previously I simply only passed the b. Right now I am passing b and c both ones. And here at the last example what I am doing, I am passing b, but what I am doing, I am changing the name for the column. So I am giving the column name as my var name and my value name, right? So I hope you just got the idea that basically how this melt function works, right? So how to use this melt function, how this melt function works, and basically what is the use of this melt function. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.